What if I created your marketing funnel for you for free? Well, if you don't know who I am, my name is Logan Manzanares. I had 3 businesses that have done over $50,000 a month consistently. And the other day, one of my buddies reached out to me asking me for marketing advice about Facebook ads and how he wants to grow his business. And I thought to myself, dude, I can't help you with just one freaking comment or one piece of advice, so let me just do it for you. So what you're gonna learn in this video is the strategy that I use to create his funnel, Facebook ads, copy, his headline, his offer, his scripts to get people to show up to appointments, to the scripts to get people to actually give him money. It is so good. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's dive into today's video. So the first thing you gotta do is you gotta decide on your media. The media that you're gonna do for online marketing, things like Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. You can do offline things like direct mail. You can also use Google as well, right? So you gotta understand where are you going to use. And also understand that the biggest thing you're gonna need on each of those platforms is gonna be an irresistible offer. Another book that I've read probably 10 to 15 times is a book called The Irresistible Offer by Mark Joyner. It's a really short book. If you do it on Audible, I believe it's like an hour or an hour and a half. It's a great book. He just gives you the structure and the framework of how to create an irresistible offer. When you're understanding your marketing strategy on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or Google, let's talk about online marketing. Understand there's a difference between doing what's called interruption marketing versus search-based marketing. So interruption-based marketing are things like Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, right? And so what you're doing is someone's on there scrolling, they're on the pot, they're in between appointments, and they're just scrolling, and all of a sudden you have to distract them. You have to catch their attention. You have to interrupt what they're doing. And so that type of ad is going to be different than if you're doing things like Google. And so Google, when someone's searching for something, you're gonna have a different type of advertisement, have a different type of offer than you are for distraction type marketing. So once you have an irresistible offer, you're like, oh my gosh, this offer is so good that a prospect just has to raise their hand. They have to give you their email. They have to say, you know what, I'm interested, tell me more. And how you're able to get someone to do that is not only first off, do you have to have an irresistible offer, but then you have to have great copy to go with it, right? So again, depending on the platform you're on, is gonna be dependent on is it long form, is it short form? How much space do you have to actually write amazing copy? A great way to do this is actually to funnel hack other people in your industry, other businesses that are running online media. Specifically on Facebook, this is a really cool strategy that I use. Is if you go onto someone's Facebook page, literally you can go onto my Facebook page and you can go to Bozeman 5-Star Cleaning. And if you go on the About section on the Facebook page and you click Page Transparency, you can actually see all the ads that I'm running. You can do this for any business that's running ads on Facebook. You can see this for your competitors. You can see it for yourself, all that stuff. So what does funnel hack mean? It means to look at the copy, look at the pictures, what are they doing? And be able to model it and say, you know what, if it's working for them, it might be working for me. And the key is to see how long they've been running it for. Is it something that they just put on last week? Well, it's probably not proven, but if you see an ad on there that they've been running for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years, there's a really good chance that thing is working, or they're just not paying attention. But the likelihood that they're paying attention to is very high. Then you got to figure out, are you going to do videos? Are you going to do photos? And again, understand distraction versus search space. So you want to find videos. It might not have anything to do with your actual product. The whole goal is that the video or that photo is just to stop somebody, to interrupt them. And they're like, oh, that's a weird picture. And then they go and they read the offer. Oh, I'm interested in that. And then they read the copy. And they're like, oh, and then they click on the link. That's actually how people respond to action type marketing. So just understanding that process will help you create an ad that actually converts. Then once somebody actually says, hey, I'm interested, where do they go to? So Facebook, look on Facebook, they have what's called lead ads. They're garbage. It's not recommended. And so what I recommend is a full-on landing page. And so I use the ClickFunnels. When you have a landing page, your goal is, again, to find something that's already tested. So if you can use a landing page that somebody one of your competitors are using, go hack them, go see how they're doing their funnels, go through their process. You want to model it because most likely they have something figured out that you don't. If you actually go on ClickFunnels as well, you can actually go to a funnel marketplace and you can search your industry to see if there's a specific type of funnel. You actually can go buy a funnel, or you can just hire somebody, right? But ultimately, you need a funnel. When they decide to click on your ad, they need to go to a page. It looks like a website, but it's one call to action. So the difference between a website and a funnel is that a website has all these different things. It says about me, it has your info, it has maybe 4 or 5 different tabs, and people get lost, they get distracted. That's why websites don't actually work, because people, they don't know where to go. Where a funnel is it's one thing. Put your information in, hit the submit button, and I'll give you the information. That's it. It's really simple, to the point. You can analyze all the data that hits the page, and so you see conversion rates. And so here's the really cool part. Here's what separates most businesses that are successful versus ones that are not, is that, okay, now you have a good ad, you have someone who opted in, but then what? What is your mechanism to actually convert that into a sale? And so most people, they try to do as little human touch as possible. I think that if you're a local business or you're a small business or you're just getting started, you want to try to get as much human touch as possible. Like, that's the value you have, is that you can call someone, you can actually text them, and people are like, oh, they trust you more because you're a real person, especially because the online world, by its nature, there's less trust online. And so if you can start to bridge that gap by when you pull someone offline, by calling them and texting them, all of a sudden you earn more trust right away. And so here is our process that works so freaking well, is that once somebody opts in, we all of a sudden have these automations that get triggered, right? And so that lead, they automatically get put into our CRM, into our Google Sheets, into our email autoresponder, but also into our phone CRM. And we send them an automatic text that says, hey, thank you for opting in for this thing. Let me ask you this. Are you looking for thing A, B, or C? And then all of a sudden it prompts them to respond to a question, right? And that's all automated. And then they respond to a question. And then from there, we take it over, and it's taken over by a human, by an individual, to actually get them scheduled for a phone call or an in-person sales appointment. But at that point, you're going to schedule them for a sales meeting. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put them on your calendar. So another little thing you need a calendar. And I don't mean Google Calendar. You need an actual real calendar that allows for you to do automations and allows for you to send reminders. And so you need that calendar widget. And then again, you actually send reminders, not just to the widget, but you go back to your phone CRM and you can put automations in there and saying, hey, just want to remind you that we have an appointment scheduled for tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Please type C to confirm, right? And this actually gets them to show a micro commandment to say, yeah, I'm still interested, right? And if they don't respond, you can reach out to them and say, hey, like, I see that you haven't confirmed, so I want to make sure we're still on. Like, oh yeah, sorry. Or like, no, I'm no longer interested, right? And at that point, you have the opportunity to say, oh, well, why aren't you interested, right? To open that conversation back up. But the reminders are so important because the show rates, that once they have the lead that opts in, then they should just give them money. It doesn't work that way. You have to continue to nurture this process called lead nurture all the way through until you actually get them on a phone call or you get them in person. Okay. Now, once you actually get them in person, then what do you say? Then you need a sales script. You need a high converting sales script that has the magic words that makes the prospect be like, oh my gosh, yes, please give me your product, give me your service. And then literally what you need to do is you need to actually perform on that promise, right? So you need to have a really good offer. You need to have a really good fulfillment system. And then you do such a great job. And all of a sudden you're like, hey, we did that thing one time, letting us do it again, or sending them to a higher level program. And that's how you not just make a sale, but you create a customer. And customers are more valuable than sales because customers, they continue to buy over and over again. Sales happen one time. You got to go through that whole process over again and do it with more and more customers. And you're going to continue that with more customers, but you want to build equity, and your equity is customers, right? So you need to do a great job. Hey, did you like this video? If you did, don't be shy. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to watch me build Kyle's funnel out for him, go to everythinggoesmyway.com and you can watch me do it for free. Plus, if you haven't watched this video right here of the things you need to know before you give your kids money, hit this button right here, watch that video. Logan Manzanares, I'm out.